Okay. So, at what age did you receive your first cell phone? And when you did you have any parental controls?
Yeah, I got my first phone when I was 11. It was my first year living in New York City again, so my parents wanted me to have it to be safe on the subways and all that, and to be able to communicate with them. And there was a limit on the apps I could get. You know, they had to put their password in anytime I wanted to download anything. I was always big on phone games. You know, I'd play like Brick Breaker on my mom's BlackBerry. I got the iPod Touch, so I'd play games on that all the time. So I was always playing like all the mobile games. But social media, I didn't really get introduced until a little later on. When I was kind of starting to be introduced to it, I realized that all my friends were on these platforms. They were on like Snapchat and Instagram and all that. So that's when I became kind of interested in it. When I'm on my phone, I definitely can get distracted. If it's like at home and one of my parents is talking to me but I'm on my phone, unfortunately it'll go in one ear, come out the other. Or if I'm doing work, if I'm looking down at my phone, like I'll just be completely distracted by what's going on there. If I'm doing schoolwork sometimes, I'll catch myself. I'll say I'll take a 5-minute break and it'll end up being like 20 minutes of me just scrolling on my phone doing kind of nothing. Yeah, I feel like unless the phone is completely not on my person, it will likely distract me. So one strategy that I use to kind of not let it affect me is I'll have it in a completely different room. If I'm on a call or doing something where I have to be paying full attention to what it is that I'm doing and nothing around me, especially my phone, the phone won't be in the room or it'll just be completely powered off. I think the first step to a healthy digital life is understanding your limits, understanding how easily you can be distracted or how easily you can be how easily it is for your attention to be taken away from what it is you're doing. Like understanding how, if you need it to be completely off, or if you can just have it in your pocket silenced, or if you don't need it in the room at all, in order to be fully focused. I think that's the first step.
I think so, or I don't know about like just picking it up, but I feel like there is like a certain anxiety when it's not on me. I can remember like a few times that I've tried to cut back on screen time. I think in high school I was spending a lot of time on Twitter, and I could really tell it was making me like angry and miserable and making me care about like this pointless internet drama that was like actually causing me to get stressed out. And so I just like cold, I guess cold turkey, like deleted the app one day, and I like it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I feel like my phone definitely like affects the level at which I interact with like friends and family. People really like to overshare on the internet. Do I actually know them this deeply, or are they just posting things that I'm interacting with, but I'm not necessarily like their target audience? I feel like it creates kind of a little bit of an awkward situation of balancing how I know someone based on their online persona versus how I know someone at the level of like actual face-to-face interaction. I think there is a part of me that gets like FOMO or jealousy, especially if it's like, friends posting pictures of hanging out without me, things like that. And in terms of like validation, wanting people to see me as this like ideal version of myself, but also still balancing like it's important to me that I'm not creating a false image like on my social media. In some ways, like the digital communication like really inhibits how I can interact with people that are normally amazing otherwise. And there are moments where I am so engrossed in my phone because it's giving me and my brain more of a rush than the actual world around me, whether that's like even things I enjoy doing, like being with my friends, or things that I don't enjoy doing, like responsibilities, chores, like even painting my nails or things like that. It's easy for me to get lost because like the phone or like my internet just are so much more rewarding, I guess. They just feel more rewarding. And I think like it's a matter of acknowledging that like that's how it was created. And so sometimes that helps me get out of my funk. But at the end of the day, like that's why it is so addicting, and that's why we all fall victim to it.